You'll start with a ball of clay and you're going to flatten it out using your hands first, and you can also use a rolling pin. Make sure to not make it too thin. I'll show you how thick we want it to be. Okay, this is about the thickness you want it to be. No thinner or it'll get stuck to the plastic. When you're rolling it out, keep it on, and while you're working with it, keep it on the plastic placemat. And I'm using some dust from clay also to keep this from sticking to the texture plate. If you want to use a texture plate, you can. It makes a little bit of a texture on the surface. Okay, now we're going to use a popsicle stick to cut the shape of the skull. You can dip your fingers in water to smooth the edges of your shape as well. I'm going to use a marker lid to make the spot for 2 eyes. And a popsicle stick to make the shape of an upside down heart for a nose. Then you can use various tools to add embellishment or patterns or textures to the surface of your skull. Dry pasta can work well for making different textures. And a popsicle stick works well for making the teeth. Once you've finished adding textures to the surface of the flat clay, then you can start building some pieces of clay, additional pieces that you want to add to the surface. So we will add those on by scratching the surface of the clay and adding a little bit of water. That's called scoring and slipping to make sure that the clay stays.